Welcome to my channel. Today's story is titled, My Wife Cheated on Me with Her Uber Driver. Our marriage was perfect, or so I thought, until one day it fell apart. My wife and I had been married for 5 years. We had 2 kids together and we had a beautiful home in the suburbs. But recently things have not been going well between us. We hardly talk anymore and we don't spend any time together as a couple. The only time that we are together is when we are arguing about our marriage. She wanted a divorce and I didn't. So we just kept living together for the sake of the kids. One Saturday morning I had to go out of town for work. It was a long drive and I would be gone most of the day. I asked my wife if she wanted to come with me so that we could spend some time together, but she declined. Instead, she decided to go shopping with her girlfriends. I arrived back home late at night and went straight to bed without even saying a word to my wife. The following morning I had to leave early again. This time my wife said that she would come with me. I was happy to hear this because it would give us a chance to talk about our marriage. On the way I asked her what she wanted to discuss and she replied, "I want a divorce." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I told her that I didn't want a divorce, but she insisted. She said that she no longer loved me and that she wanted to move on. I was heartbroken, but I knew that she had made up her mind. So I just stayed quiet. When we got home, her parents were there. Apparently they had come to talk to me about their daughter's unhappiness in our marriage. They said that I wasn't meeting her needs and that she had been miserable for a long time. I tried to explain that I still loved her and that I wanted to work things out, but her parents wouldn't let me. They dragged her away before I could say a word. I was furious. How dare they treat me like this? I was their son-in-law and I had done nothing wrong. From that day on, my wife and I stopped speaking to each other. She moved into a hotel and started seeing a therapist. I was desperate to get her back, but all she did was laugh in my face. One night I couldn't take it anymore. I called her and demanded an explanation. Why was she doing this to me? Why did she want a divorce? She told me that she needed space and that I should let her go. Then she hung up the phone. I was devastated. I didn't know what to do. I felt like my whole world was crumbling down around me. Then I had a crazy idea. What if I hired a private investigator to follow my wife? I wanted to know what she was up to. Was she really seeing someone else? If so, who was he? I contacted a private investigator and asked him to follow my wife. I didn't want to be a nuisance, so I told him to only take pictures from a distance. I just wanted to see where she was going and who she was meeting. A few days later, the private investigator came back with the photos. I looked through them, but they didn't tell me much. She had been going to her therapist's office and then she would come home. There was nothing out of the ordinary. Just as I was about to give up hope, I noticed something strange in one of the photos. My wife was getting into an Uber. Who was the guy driving? Why was my wife always calling Uber? I asked the private investigator to take a picture of the driver. He agreed. The next time my wife went out, the private investigator followed her and snapped a picture of the driver. I looked at the photo and my blood boiled. It was the same guy who had dropped her off. But who was he? Why was he spending so much time with my wife? I decided to find out. I took the photo to a friend of mine who worked at the police station. He looked at the photo and told me that he knew that guy. His name was James and he was an Uber driver. My friend also told me that James was a womanizer. He had been married 3 times and all his wives left him. I was angry. My wife was cheating on me with a married man. Why? What did he have that I didn't? I knew that I had to talk to her, but I didn't know what to say. I went to her hotel room and knocked on the door. She opened it and I could see that she was crying. "What's wrong?" I asked. "Nothing," she replied. "You shouldn't be here," she added. I stepped back and gave her some space. "Can I come in?" I asked. She hesitated for a moment, then nodded her head. I walked in and sat down on the couch. "Why are you crying?" I asked again. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "Sorry for what?" For cheating on you, she admitted. I'm so sorry. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My wife had cheated on me. With an Uber driver, why? What did he have that I didn't? I was confused. Why? Why did you do it? She looked up and met my gaze. I'm sorry, she repeated. I don't love you anymore. What about the kids? I asked. We can raise them together, she said. No, I replied. You can't do that to them. I'm sorry, she whispered. It's not your fault, I told her. It's mine. I got up and left. As soon as I got home, I called my wife. I was furious. How could she do this to me? We had been together for so long, and I had never given her any reason to think that I didn't love her. I told her that she was a whore and that I wanted a divorce. She started crying and begging for forgiveness, but I didn't care. I was done with her. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept tossing and turning in bed. I kept thinking about my wife and how she had betrayed me. I couldn't believe that she would cheat on me with an Uber driver. I mean, come on, who does that? The following morning I woke up feeling even worse than I had the day before. I had bags under my eyes and I looked like hell. I went to the bathroom and stared at myself in the mirror. What was I going to do? How was I going to raise the kids on my own? I was a man, but I felt helpless. At that moment, I heard footsteps behind me. I turned around and saw my wife standing in the doorway. She was crying. Can I come in? She asked. I nodded my head and she walked in. I'm sorry, she whispered. I know that you're hurting and I understand why you're angry. But I want you to know that I never stopped loving you. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me. I know that I messed up, but I hope that you can forgive me. I will never cheat on you again, I promise. She was crying now and I couldn't stand it anymore. I pulled her close and hugged her. I forgive you, I whispered. I love you. She looked up at me with tears in her eyes. Do you really mean that? I nodded my head. Of course I do. You are the only woman that I have ever loved and I don't want to lose you. She threw her arms around me and hugged me tight. Thank you, she whispered. I love you too. We stayed like that for a long time, and then we made love. After that, we talked for hours. We talked about everything that had happened and we made plans for the future. We decided that we would try to work things out. We knew that it wouldn't be easy, but we were willing to try. Now it has been 6 months since my wife cheated on me, and I can honestly say that I am a better man because of it. It made me realize that I need to work harder and be more loving towards my wife. I know that she will never cheat on me again, and I will never let her go.